here to bring you all the action today between the Michigan Wolverines and the number 2 Maryland Terrapins. The Wolverines come in 2-5 overall after winning 2 out of their last 3, including their first ever win against Johns Hopkins a week ago as the opening faceoff won by Nick Rowlett. Michigan in the whites this afternoon, Terrapins in the red. Goal needed just 2 points to push his way to 7th all-time. Now just needs 1 to pass former teammate Rocco Sutherland. So Meyer opens the scoring. Michigan on the ground ball, can't get it. And finally picked out of the air by the Terrapins. But away with it comes Michigan, tied with Josh Zawada for the team lead with 20 points. Back to the face-off. And winning was Justin Shockey. Nick Rowlett to take the face-off for Michigan, facing off at about 56% on the year, wins this one back to himself cleanly. One of the top. The Wolverines now with 4 different goal scorers here in the opening quarter, very balanced offensively, and as you saw in that possession, very patient with what they want to do. Michael Cosgrove down to the turf trying to go for that ground ball, no call. Terrapins come away with it. Hands-free shooting 3 times this year, including the season opener against Maryland. They had 9 in that contest, and they're already halfway there as we're just about halfway through the first quarter. A very uncharacteristic start to this game from John Tillman's squad, as Michigan just out hustling the Terrapins so far. And a great check put on by the Michigan defense to jar the ball loose. And the whistle goes against. Back to the face-off, Rowlett. Down on it for Michigan. They'll say Luke Wierman after his performance a week ago. Second in points, only to none other than Matt Rambo. Maryland comes up with the face-off. Bryce Clay leading all scorers in this one with 2 goals, while Josh Zawada with 2 helpers in the opening 15. Rowlett wins the face-off back to himself. So all 4 Terrapins goals coming from Jared Bernhardt and Bubba Fairman. Back to the face-off. Wolverines lead is 1. The face-off won by Maryland. Bernhardt now just 20 points away from tying the all-time program record held by Matt Rambo. Out. He had a season-high 6 goals earlier in the year against Rutgers, has had 2 5-goal games this year. He's also one of 4 Maryland players who came in to today shooting over 45% on the year, helping out his percentage here this afternoon. Face-off won by the Terrapins. They'll work it into the alley for Jared Bernhardt. On the face-off, winning it is Luke Wierman. High 5 goals in the opener against these Wolverines. He's also 9th nationally in goals per game. We have a whistle and a timeout called by Maryland. That's the Terrapins' 6th helper here in the first half. And the Maryland lead ever increasing, now up to 4. The Wolverines yet to score in the second quarter. And another possession off the face. As the Michigan offense saw the ball only a few times there in the second. As Jared Bernhardt began to catch fire. Daniel Maltz also put a few past John Kirikoff. But we are set to begin the second half here from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And the faceoff won by the Terrapins. They'll throw it all the way. And the run continues for this Maryland offense, now 10 straight. Michigan looking for answers as they had the faceoff initially, lost the handle, and the whistle will go against Maryland. DeMayo with his second. Gives him 11 on the year. Also has those 2 assists on the day. And this Maryland offense is absolutely cooking as they win another faceoff. They worked it back to McNain. Maltz sitting right around his average in goals per game. Came in 9th in the nation in that category. Just a shade under 3.5. Now just... Rowlett tied up on the face-off, Ball was kicked free. Michigan held in, but scooped up by Jake Higgins, number 57 in red. He'll go far side alley. Face-off won by Wierman. The Terps with 14 goals. They got Kirikoff moving to his right, skipped it across the crease to the left, and a wide open net for Anthony DeMayo to bury it. His 4th of the game, one off from tying Bernhardt, who has 5. As the penalty by McCurry was full time, so he has 3 seconds before he can make his way out of the penalty box. The ball scooped up by the Terrapins. Avery Myers, his 2nd of the game, joining Bryce Clay with 2 goals. But a lot of ground still to cover for the Wolverines. Tie up on the faceoff. Ball is still loose. Raked out and scooped up by Rowlett. And we should have a trip here as the flag comes out. That'll be a trip with possession. Rowlett steps down and scores up high, beating Logan McNair. As we go back to the face-off. And coming away with it through the 5 face-off And now Zawada tallies one. Zawada with his first of the day, his 3rd point overall. Inching back into this contest, still 12 and a half minutes to go in the game. As Rowlett tripped up on the faceoff, almost came up with it. Shot zip earlier this year in 2021. Up to 4 points here this afternoon. Wolverines come up with the faceoff. Putting the shoulder down was Nick Rowlett. And we'll get a flag down. Deficit with 10:39 to go here from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Zawada now 4 points on the day. We'll get a push here on the ground ball. First goal of the game, first point of the contest. And the sophomore now up to 8 goals on the year. For number 15 in white, faceoff won by Wierman. So you have Bernhardt, DeMeo with 5 apiece. Daniel Maltz and Bubba Fairman with 3. And Wisnauskas with 2 goals. And how about this? The Maryland offense, 13 assists on 18 goals here this afternoon. Came in. Bryce Clay with 3 goals. Zawada, Myers, and Boehm now with 2 apiece. And the faceoff won by Rowlett.